Alright guys, I know a lot of you guys were wondering how I did my Carbon Z mod here. Sorry, plane is upside down. There we go. It's the Hanger 9 Carbon Cub SS gear. And you could get it from Horizon Hobbies for, I think, if I remember correctly, it's $39 plus shipping. And I know there's a guy out here in Oregon City who builds it. He's landinggear.com, and his is like $170 with shipping, and it's articulated gear. So here we go. This is what we did. For the mounts, we used just regular molly bolts taken apart, and then down here on the Cub itself, because this plastic, as you all know if you're really familiar with it, it's very thin plastic. What I did is I took some acrylic, which I have right here, just some standard acrylic sheet, and if I recall, it's 1/16 of an inch, maybe an eighth. I think it was an 1/8 inch scrap that I got from Tap Black. I think it's like 40 cents for a good size of it. We cut out 4 tabs. There's one here, and one here, one here, one here, one here. And if you notice, if you do want to run floats, this is for your float mount, and it's far enough forward so it will clear your floats. Then we use 30 minute epoxy, sanded down on this, sanded on these. Use 30 minute epoxy, let it sit and do its thing, and then when it was fully dry, we actually drilled into here and used some screws to put it down in there. So it goes down into here, goes into here, it also goes into the foam itself. It's quite rigid. I actually had kind of a hard landing the other day, and it didn't do anything to it. The gear itself does not come with any hardware. You can buy the hardware kit. I think it's 11 bucks extra. But we just used our own bolts. Right here, I use stainless steel 440s. A couple of spacers in between the molly bolts. Sorry, my lighting's really kind of crappy in my room. But there is some spacers in there. The wheels are Dubro. You do need to buy these grub screws. They're 4x6 or 4x8, I can't remember offhand, for the Dubro wheel for this gear, because it doesn't go through. It does come with the studs for the gear, which is nice, so you don't have to buy that. Just all your hardware. I do recommend removing one spring from each side, because it is very stiff, even with the 15cc Carbon Z plane, which is not much heavier than this. It's very stiff, and by just removing the zip tie here, cut it, pull the sock back, kind of get a little bit, the spring will come off. I removed one on each side. It actually does flex now a lot better than it did. It was really stiff. Gives you enough room for your mounting of your wing. Right here, you have enough in there. It's a little tight to get the pins in, but they will fit. It uses monocoat on it. Careful of the monocoat, because it will pop a hole if something hits it, like it did on me. A little rock flung up and popped a hole in it. Other than that, that's how I did my gear. It's real simple. Took a couple hours to do, because you have to assemble it and figure everything out. Just take your time doing it. It gives the Cub a really, really, really well scaled look. I got quite a few comments in my club about how it looked. They said that looks really good. I was asked if it would work on the timber. No, it's way too much bigger than the timber. This plane is huge. But I did look at a timber, and the way they do it with the cross mounts, you could actually get yourself some brake line tubing and put it over those springs and make your own socks, and it would look pretty scale. So that's pretty much it. I mean, it was pretty basic. Like I said, the gear was like 40 bucks from Horizon Hobby, and then it's like another 11 for the hardware kit, but we just went to Home Depot and got all the hardware we needed. So there you go, that's how I did it.